Alright, so in the previous lesson I asked you to do some work, some homework, and I asked you to just try console log request and response. Hope you did. Alright, so let's see. If you didn't do it, you can follow along with me now. So let's have a look at request. Okay, so I'm going to put some string here so that it is a bit easier to notice in the console, or something like that. So let's make a request. Come here, give it a reload, and now go to the console and notice that we have this use object. So it's use. Okay, so this is request object. Alright, so we use few functionalities already from here. Some properties, for example, get we used listen. But as you can see, it has a ton of other features. All right. Okay, so you get access to the headers, whatever is there, what method was there. So the method was get, the URL was /API. Alright, so similarly you can have a look at the response as well. For example, response, come here, give it a reload, let's try, and now you see it looks pretty similar. Anyways, you got the idea. So one more thing you can console log, and that is process. Alright, so process is really important in Node. For example, in browsers you have a window object where everything is, right? So window has everything. In Nodejs it is the process. I guess it's the top level object. All right, so if you try, let me just highlight that, come here, give it a reload, come back here, let me scroll up. Okay, so from there you see we console log the process. It gives you the version, node version, using the V8 version as well. Nodejs runs on V8 engine, so that's the V8 version you see, and a lot of other the information here. If you want to run kill the running process, you can run this kill. What else we have? Process, the exports object, so you can import export using the module.exports as well, which is by default it's empty object. The path where the server is running. All right, so process object, this is the top level wrapper object, and from here we will be able to access some other things. For example, in your project you may have the env variable file. So let me create one, server env. Are you looking for online course that will teach you how to build full stack, back to front, React and Node.js applications from scratch? Hi, my name is Ryan. I have over 30 full stack courses published in Udemy. Most of these courses are based in real world examples. So today I want to tell you just one thing. If you have basic understanding of JavaScript, don't wait anymore. Start building real-world projects with me and take your coding skill to a whole new level. I will teach you the core fundamentals of React, Node, and modern JavaScript so that you can start building full-stack JavaScript apps in no time. All my courses are suitable for beginner to pro level users. Each line of code is explained. Each question is answered, and the source code is provided for all lectures. Click the 90% discount links down below to start this awesome journey with me. And let's put our port variable here. So port equals to 8000, right? So that's what we did. Now in the production it might be different, so that's why we create this env file. Now let's try to use that from there. Now process.env.port. Alright, so we should be able to access that. However, we cannot until we use another npm package, which I will be showing you. But if you try now, if you try like that, come here and give it a reload, you see we get undefined. That's because even though we have that here, we are not able to access that. To access that, we need one more package. So let's install that. So Control C to stop the server, and then npm install .env. So we need to use this npm package to be able to access the environment variables. Alright, so start the server, and let's import that. So const.env equals to require.env, because we can require that because we just installed, and you see that's added in the dependencies here, and all these dependencies will be installed in this node modules folder. So you see a lot of folders here. That's because we have only 3 dependencies, but they also depend on other dependencies, so that's why we have this train of dependencies. Okay, so let's leave it like that. So anytime you make a change in your env file, you need to restart your server. Alright, so we have .env now. It doesn't work just like that. What we have to do is .env.config. We need to execute this function. Alright, now if you come here, give it a reload, this time you will see that now we can see that port variable in the console. Alright, so now we see that. Okay, let's remove that. By the way, if you had some issues, just restart the server, it should be fine. Alright, so we learned how to use environment variables as well. We tried some console logs. Now, one more thing I want to do, and that is using the import export syntax. So if you have some experience with React, in React we don't use require, we use import. For example, if it was a React application, I would be using express like this, import express from express. So I would be doing like that. Alright, so same with the .env, import .env from .env, and then that's how I could use import export. Now unfortunately Nodejs, it doesn't support import syntax like this. So if you try it like that, you see we get this warning, syntax error, cannot use import outside a module. So that means there is still a way for us to use the syntax. If you want to use the syntax, go to your package.json file and then add a module. That is, that's type. Sorry, that's type, and then we use module, comma. Now, if you do this, then you will be able to use this import syntax. Okay, so as soon as you did that, you see the error is gone. It looks like it's back to normal. So let's make sure it is. Yeah, you see it works. Okay, so that's how you can use import export syntax, by using type module in your Node Express app.